Is this a creepy story? Yes. Yes, it is. Is it a scary story? Well, that is up to you. There's a stretch of Wyoming highway so forgotten it doesn't show up on most GPS maps. Route 23. Just asphalt and prairie for 100 miles in any direction, and if you drive it long enough, between the hours of dusk and dead midnight, you'll pass a small neon sign flickering in the dark. Bale Bone Bar. The only bar for miles. A place that shouldn't exist, but somehow always does. This is the story of Claire Monroe, 23 years old, drifting west, trying to outrun something she never talks about. And on the night she pulled over to ask for directions, she found herself clocking in for her first, and maybe last, shift at Bale Bone Bar. I was just supposed to ask for directions, but the man behind the bar, said his name was Ed, offered me a job instead. You look like someone who needs to disappear for a bit. You any good with a bar rag and a smile? He said. Claire shrugged. One night wouldn't hurt, right? Besides, something about the place felt inevitable. Ed showed Claire around, how the taps worked, how to clean the glasses in the wash station. The bar feels larger than it looked outside. Dim amber lighting from old glass sconces flickers softly. Shadows stretch and lean strangely. The jukebox skips every few songs, like it's remembering something it forgot. It was a little after 5 p.m., and they were the only two in the bar. Don't worry. Soon enough, you will be so busy, you won't have time to think, he said, with a toothy grin. Busy? This place is in the middle of nowhere. Heck, I don't remember passing a single building, farmhouse, or even a car for the last 100 miles. Then it happened. The little bell above the door jingled as the door opened. A man walks in, wearing a full World War II infantry uniform, pristine except for the dirt and dried blood across his chest. He looks around like he's scanning a battlefield. His boots leave muddy footprints. Evenin', Lieutenant. Same as usual? Ed asked. The soldier, with eyes forward, but somehow looking very distant, replied, Yes, sir. Still waiting on orders. Ed slides him a shot of amber liquid. The soldier raises it stiffly, drinks, then retreats to a corner table. His back is to the wall. Claire was standing behind the bar the whole time. Is that a costume? She whispered to Ed. Sure, let's call it that, he replied. She didn't know what to make of that. The person in the uniform was younger than her, but yet that is an old-time uniform. Do people in Wyoming cosplay? She thought to herself. She didn't have long to ponder as the door opened again. A woman walks in, barefoot, wearing a dripping wedding dress. Her skin is pale blue, with a tint of gray. Water drips from her hem, and puddles under her. She's soaking wet. Should I grab a towel? No need. She likes it that way, Ed said quietly to her. The woman glides to the bar. Her mascara is smudged and her veil sticks to her face. She stares into the mirror behind the bar, seemingly talking to it, not Claire. Do you think he'll come this time? I waited on that bridge for hours. It was supposed to be forever, she said softly. I don't know. Did he say he would meet you here? Claire replied. Everyone ends up here eventually. That's what they said. So I waited and waited, and when the headlights came, they didn't stop. Claire's attention shifted from the woman to the door as it opened again. A trucker walks in, tall and stocky, denim jacket stained with oil and soot. Where his eyes should be, only dark, empty sockets. Yet he smiles warmly. Evening, coffee, if it's hot, to Claire, sensing her stare. Don't worry, sweetheart, still see better than most. Claire froze for a moment. You don't have eyes? Nah, gave those up around mile marker 19 in exchange for better vision, he quickly replied. Claire steps over to Ed and quietly says, Okay, what is this? Are these people? Actors? Is this some kind of prank? Ed didn't flinch. He just kept cleaning the glass he was holding smoothly and steadily as he gathered his thoughts. You ever hear of the thin place, Claire? The what? Ed finally puts the glass down on the bar and turns and looks her in the eyes. It's where the veil's thin, between here and everywhere else. This bar's got a way of attracting folks who are stuck in between. Claire looks around. The bar is packed now, suddenly full. People she didn't see come in. A miner coughing up dust and soot, hands blistered from work he's not done with. A teenage girl with a blood-stained prom dress and glass shards in her heels. A man with frostbite still on his cheeks, sipping a beer like it's the best thing in the world. They all raise their drinks in quiet thanks or sorrow. They all glance at Claire, like they know something she doesn't. Okay, no, this isn't normal. None of this is normal. You're all, she stammers out. Dead? You were gonna say dead. Nah, we ain't that lucky. We're just waiting. The trucker replied to her question. Everyone's got unfinished business, Claire. Sometimes the road don't lead home. Sometimes it leads here. Ed said warmly. It felt like a dream, or a memory, or a warning I didn't remember receiving. And yet, no one seemed surprised by me being there, like I was expected, like I was the last missing piece of the puzzle. The jukebox skips again. It plays an old Johnny Cash song in reverse. You'll see soon enough, we all do. The first round's just the beginning, the woman in the wedding dress said. For the first time, she was looking directly into Claire's eyes, and not her own reflection in the mirror. Claire was trembling at this point, and grips the bar for balance, the glass in her hand rattling, as the jukebox distorts, and laughter erupts from a dark corner. But no one is there. Claire, that coffee, please, the trucker reminded her. She turns around and grabs a cup and pours hot coffee into it. With the cup in hand, she turns around and slides it across the bar to the trucker. The bar is now humming, not with music, but energy, not loud, but charged. People speak in murmurs, and Claire feels as though the walls themselves are listening. Every time she glances at the clock, the hands are in the same position. Time felt wrong, like it wasn't ticking forward, just spinning in circles. The faces around me blurred at the edges, some smiling, some still like wax figures, but always watching, always drinking. Claire finds herself refilling the soldier's drink, even though she doesn't remember him finishing it. "Can I ask, what war?" she asked him. "Second World, France. Took a round in the leg, crawled into a ditch, prayed harder than I ever had," he replied as he gripped his new drink. "Did you survive?" "That's the question, ain't it?" He knocks the drink back, eyes twitching as if he's seeing something far away, something still happening. "I keep thinking I'll wake up, hear the whistles, smell the smoke, get my orders, but the only orders I get now are drinks." He walks away from the bar to one of the chairs along the wall and sits down. Claire walks by a teenage girl sitting cross-legged on the pool table, wearing a tattered pink prom dress. Her tiara is cracked, her lipstick smeared in a permanent smile. "Hey, new girl, wanna dance?" "Maybe later. You okay up there?" Claire asked. "I died in the gymnasium. Well, almost died. They pulled the plug a week later," she stated. What? This place is way better than a hospital. I mean, it smells worse, but at least there's whiskey. And ghosts. Though I guess I'm one too, right? She laughs like glass breaking. Something inside Claire tightens. This place, She doesn't know what to think. Is she dreaming and going to wake up soon? The thing is, although it does not make sense, she is calm about it, accepting it as fact. Claire brings a glass to the end of the bar where an old miner sits, face lined with soot and time, hands shaking around a chipped mug. His eyes are red from coughing. "You need water?" she asks. "Ain't no water down there, only dust. I've been trapped in the shaft since '86. Caved in, just like that." I remember the silence. Thought it was hell at first. Then I heard voices. Voices? The miner leans in closer to Claire. From above, or maybe below. Hard to tell when you're buried alive. He takes a sip, leaving a black smear on the glass. Claire stares, frozen. It disappears the moment she blinks. Claire turns, startled. The eyeless trucker is suddenly behind her, quiet as smoke. "They're starting to get curious about you," the trucker said. "What do you mean?" "You still got breath in your lungs. You don't belong here yet. Makes them nervous." He scratches the side of his head as in embarrassed. "Yet?" Claire asked. Old Ed knows. This place chooses people, picks them up like a hitchhiker on a dead road. Just a matter of when you realize you're not the one driving. Claire steps away, hands trembling. She ducks into a corner booth and puts her head down. The voices around her grow louder, muffled and echoing like underwater. I couldn't tell what was real anymore. The floor shifted under my feet like I was dreaming. Only the fear was real, I know that. And the eyes, so many eyes watching. A man has appeared across from her, early 40s, clean-shaven, wearing a charcoal suit that's soaked at the sleeves. His fingers tap the table in slow, rhythmic beats. "Jesus, you scared me," she cried out. "You called out, didn't you?" The man replied calmly. "What?" with an expression of confusion on her face. "Before you got here, in your car, you said, 'I don't want to do this anymore.'" "How do you know that?" "I said the same thing. Drove off a cliff just past Devil's Notch. They never found the body, only the car, crumpled like a soda can. I've been here since. You're saying I'm dead? I'm saying you're close enough to hear the other side whisper, and once you hear it, it never quite stops. Claire backs away. The lights flicker. The jukebox lets out a distorted wail. Glasses rattle across the counter. Ed calls out to the bar. "All right, folks, let's give the girls some air. First night's always the hardest." The crowd murmurs. One by one, they turn away, but some still stare. Always someone staring. I told myself I'd leave. Get in my car, drive back the way I came. But I couldn't remember where I'd parked. Couldn't even remember turning the engine off. She walks toward the exit, but every time she reaches the door, it's different. Longer, farther, warped. Claire hadn't realized it yet, but the bar wasn't letting her go. Not until it was finished with her. The bar seems quieter now, but not in a peaceful way. The energy is still there, like a storm's pressure before the lightning hits. The kind of silence that screams just below the skin. Claire stands behind the bar alone. Ed is nowhere in sight. I didn't see Ed leave, didn't hear a door open, but suddenly I was alone behind the bar, and something was calling. Claire hears a faint noise, a thudding. Soft, repetitive, like someone knocking from far away. It's coming from the far wall behind the shelves of liquor. She reaches behind the bottles and runs her hand along the wood, finds a seam she hadn't noticed before, a nearly invisible door. She presses. It opens with a low groan, revealing a narrow, unlit hallway. It didn't feel like I found the door. It felt like the door found me. The hallway is impossibly long. Bare wooden floors, exposed beams above. A single swinging bulb buzzes at the ceiling. The thudding continues. Closer now. More frantic. Claire walks slowly. Her footsteps echo even though the floor is soft with dust. She stops in front of a door marked only with a brass number, 0. Inside, she finds the back room. It's a windowless chamber. Warm. Almost too warm. The walls are lined with Polaroid photographs. Hundreds, maybe thousands, pinned like trophies. Every photo is of someone behind the bar, pouring drinks, wiping counters, smiling, or screaming. Claire steps closer. Her hand shakes as she scans row after row. "What is this?" she says aloud. Some faces are familiar. The soldier, the bride, the prom girl. But they aren't seated patrons in these pictures. They're working, wearing the black shirt Claire now wears. Some photos are scratched out, as if clawed in rage. Some are burned at the edges. Some have two of the same person, once smiling, once horrified. Then Claire sees it, centered, unmistakable. Her own face. Same uniform, same posture, same bar behind her. But her expression is empty, hollow-eyed, her skin pale like wax. I hadn't taken that photo. Not yet. Then behind her she hears a sudden click, a Polaroid camera shutter. Claire spins around. No one's there. But she feels it. Someone just took her picture. "Everyone finds this room eventually," Ed says to her from the doorway. Claire turns. Ed stands in the doorway, calm, holding a glass of bourbon like he never left. "What the hell is this? Why is my face on that wall?" "Same reason all of us are. We took a wrong turn, got caught in the fog, and wound up here," Ed explains calmly. "I didn't sign up for this." "Sure you did. When you pulled off the road, when you walked through that door, when you said yes." Claire backs away as Ed steps inside. "This place doesn't steal people, Claire. It gives them a choice. You were on the edge, didn't even realize how close. And now you're here, in between." He gestures to the photos. "Everyone works a shift, some for a day, some for eternity. It all depends on how much you're carrying." Claire stares at the scratched Polaroids. What happened to them? They tried to run, broke the rules. "What rules?" she asks desperately. "Don't open the wrong door. Don't stay past the toll. And never, ever try to leave during last call." Suddenly, the room grows colder, the lights dim. A figure appears behind the Polaroid wall, just a shadow, writhing behind the thin wood like it's alive. The scratched photos twitch. Claire backs away. "I need to get out of here." "Not yet. You've still got work to do," Ed explains. Claire runs for the hallway, passing Ed. The walls stretch as she moves. The door back to the bar is miles away now, or feels like it. She bursts through, into the bar, but it's not the same. The bar is empty. Every stool is turned upside down, chairs stacked, lights out. A red exit sign buzzes above the front door. She runs to it, pulls it open. Nothing, just blackness, pitch void, as if the world ends at the doorway. I didn't understand yet. The bar was more than a building. It was a place between beats, between breaths, between who I was and who I was becoming. Claire turns around. All the patrons are suddenly back, watching, silent, and her photo has now been moved from the back room to a spot above the register, dead-eyed, still. Her shift has begun. The bar hums again, but now it's different, not busy, not alive. It's like the entire room is holding its breath. The clock above the jukebox ticks, but the second hand never moves. It just shivers. When I stepped back into the bar, everyone was waiting. Every single patron had returned to their seat, eyes forward, drinks full, like they knew something I didn't. Claire stands behind the bar now, her name tag pinned crookedly on her shirt. She doesn't remember putting it on. It simply appeared. The jukebox clicks and stops mid-song. The lights dim to candlelight levels, casting long, living shadows. No one speaks. Claire leans toward Ed, whispering, "What's happening?" "It's almost time," he states. "Time for what?" "Midnight." The hands on the bar clock both point straight up. 12. The chime doesn't ring. Instead, a low, deep bell toll, not from the clock, not from anywhere visible. 1 beat, 2, 3, 4. Each toll sends a soft vibration through the glasses behind the bar. A few patrons flinch. One cries quietly. The bride covers her ears and begins to hum. Ed raises a glass. Everyone else follows. To the lost. To the ones who couldn't find their way home. To the ones who never knew they were gone. And to the ones just passing through. Claire doesn't raise her glass at first. Everyone stares at her. Not with anger, with expectation. She picks it up. Her hand trembles. To the road, everyone said in unison. Everyone drinks. Some sip, some chug. Some pour it down their chest like they've forgotten how mouths work. One man crushes the glass in his bare hand and bleeds black onto the floor. Then, as quickly as it began, it ends. Glasses down, heads bowed. Claire breathes heavily. Her skin feels electric. The air is thick, like breathing in fog. The shadows on the wall seem to flicker, out of sync with the lighting. "What the hell was that?" she asks Ed. "A reminder." "Of what?" Ed locks eyes with her, really focusing on her. That not everything dead stays gone, and not everything living belongs where it thinks it does. A figure approaches the bar. Not a regular. Claire hadn't seen him before. A man in an old conductor's coat, face smeared with ash, eyes wide with something between madness and truth. He leans close. "You hear it yet?" the conductor asked. "Hear what?" "The whistle. It comes for all of us. Some get a train, some get a tunnel. Some get a goddamn bar off Route 23. He walks away laughing and disappears before reaching the door. Just gone. This should have made her feel confused or unsure, but it just felt banal. Just an average experience at Bale Bone Bar. Claire glances toward the back bar mirror. Her reflection isn't hers. It's the photo version of her. Still gray, dead eyes, expressionless. It didn't blink when I did, didn't move when I moved. It just watched me and smiled, slowly. The door creaks open. A man enters, early 30s, mustache, clean shirt, dirt under his nails, eyes wide with that same confused look Claire had hours earlier. He scans the bar. Everyone looks at him, smiles politely. He approaches the counter. "Hey, I think I'm lost. My GPS cut out a few miles back. I've been driving for hours. No gas, no signal. And then this place popped up out of nowhere," he said exhaustedly. "Yeah, that's how it happens." She reaches under the bar, pulls out a towel, and begins cleaning a glass. Just like Ed. "You want something to drink?" she asks. The man nods slowly. He sits, looks around. Weird place. "You'll get used to it," she said with a slight smile. I should have warned him, told him to turn around, but I didn't. The jukebox kicks on again. A slow old blues song plays, warped by time. Time is uncertain. Could be weeks later, could be decades. The bar looks the same. Maybe a little dimmer. The same broken jukebox. the same dust in the corners. Only now, Claire moves behind the bar with ease. She wears a black apron, hair tied back. She smiles as she places a drink in front of a weeping man in a fireman's coat. Her movements are practiced, graceful, still, like the bar taught her how. There are no clocks in Bale Bone Bar anymore. Not really. There's no open or close, no Monday or Friday, just night. She wipes the bar in slow circles, humming softly to herself. Ed leans beside her, cleaning a glass like he always has. They don't speak much now. They don't need to. Claire braces herself on the bar and scans the room. Familiar faces, the soldier, the bride, the prom girl, the trucker, all still here, all sipping, waiting, remembering. At first, I tried to hold on to who I was, tried to escape. But this place doesn't trap you. It just shows you where you already were. New ones coming in, Ed said to Claire. Claire nods, walks to the bar as the door creaks open. A teenage boy steps in, dazed, road dust on his boots, looking like he just left something he shouldn't have survived. Welcome to Bale Bone Bar. Take a seat. You're safe here. For now. Is this limbo? He asked. It's something like that. She places a soda in front of him and looks toward the jukebox. A new song begins. Soft, haunting, almost a lullaby. Maybe this is where people go when the road runs out. Maybe this is what's waiting between the heartbeat and the silence. Either way, I don't miss the world out there. Not anymore. She leans against the bar beside Ed. I've got a purpose now, and some nights I even feel happy. If you ever find yourself on Route 23 and see a glowing red sign where there shouldn't be one, don't stop. Don't look. Don't ask questions. Just keep driving. If you enjoyed tonight's tale, leave a like and subscribe to Campfire Horror Stories for more chilling tales just like this one. New stories drop every week, just in time for the lights to go out. Sleep tight and don't stop at bars on old dusty roads.